So if we want to really get out of this self-made restrictions that our unsupported beliefs can trap us in, how do we even start that process? I want to bring about an exercise that I think will really shine a light on one of the primary factors that is responsible for how big or how small we tend to make our life. This is an exercise that I do fairly regularly, and my wife and I do this. And when we do retreats, and you can check this out with a platform we have called adventuresinjoy.org, we often run quite extensive retreats, and we really dive into this concept of beliefs. We really start to unravel where they come from, what they are, and how we start to upgrade our beliefs so that we can ultimately change our life. To just tell ourselves to believe something else doesn't really work. It feels fake. If we're trying to convince ourselves to believe something that we don't ultimately believe, then it just feels like we're a fraud, and it doesn't really feel correct. It doesn't feel right. It actually sometimes even pisses us off more because we really don't believe it. So this comes into an exercise that I really love that's called what if questions. Rather than just stating that you now believe something new when you don't really believe it, when you pose it as a question as if, well, what if I really did love myself and believe that I was beautiful? What if that were the case? How would I think about myself differently? How would I act in the world? Would I do things different? Would my life direction go in a different way? You just start to open up the idea and you start to contemplate a little bit. And it allows you to kind of change your perspective from what your habituation is to something a little bit different. And just by changing your perspective can ultimately open up new doors that you never thought were possible.